What if I told you that one of Nigeria's most talked about prophets today started his ministry as a small online group called the Love Family International? What if I told you that this same man, who now owns a ministry worth millions and wears a biblical prayer shawl during his prophetic service, grew up facing serious challenges in northern Nigeria as the first child in a family of 6? Today, Prophet Joel Ogebe's name is everywhere. From his powerful prophecies that allegedly come true to his growing ministry that reaches thousands of people. But who is this man really? What is his real story? And how did a boy from Benue State become one of the most respected prophetic voices in Nigeria today? Stay tuned because what you're about to discover will shock you. Welcome back to RNN TV. Let me start with something most people don't know about Prophet Joel Ogebe. His full name is Joel Adole Ogebe, and he was born on March 16th into what he calls an apostolic lineage. He's the firstborn child in a family of 6 children, and he comes from Benue State in Nigeria. Now, here's what caught my attention. Prophet Ogebe grew up in northern Nigeria, and according to his own testimony, he had his share of the challenges of humanity. This is important because it tells us that his journey to success was not easy. Many people see him today and think he was born into wealth or privilege, but that is not the case at all. Another interesting detail that most people miss: Prophet Joel Ogebe attended Assemblies of God Comprehensive College in Makurdi for his secondary education. After that, he went to the College of Education in Oji local government area, Benue State. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Why would someone who was called to be a prophet study education? Well, if you think about it, teaching and preaching are very similar. Both require the ability to communicate clearly, understand people, and share knowledge in ways that others can understand. His education background actually prepared him perfectly for ministry. His ministry did not start in a big church or with a huge congregation. It started as a small group of Christians, and most of their activities took place online. The group was called the Love Family International. This detail is huge. In a time when most pastors were focused on building physical churches, Prophet Joel Ogebe was already thinking digitally. He understood the power of the internet before many other religious leaders in Nigeria. This shows he was ahead of his time. Now, let's talk about something that shook Prophet Joel Ogebe's ministry in a big way. His spiritual father is Apostle Arome Osayi. For those who don't know, Apostle Arome Osayi is one of Nigeria's most respected spiritual leaders, known for his deep teachings on prophetic ministry. This connection is very important because it shows that Prophet Joel Ogebe did not just wake up one day and decide to become a prophet. He was mentored by someone who already had years of experience. He's described as a man of deep prayers, insight, and revelation into God's word. But here is what most people don't understand about spiritual mentorship in Nigerian Christianity. It is not just about learning to preach. It is about learning discipline, understanding spiritual authority, and developing the character needed to handle the responsibilities that come with leading people. Prophet Joel Ogebe is now the founder of the House of Salem International Ministries, which is headquartered in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. But the journey from the Love Family International to House of Salem International tells us a lot about his growth. He's also the principal of the Salem Prophetic and Mentorship Institute. This shows that he's not just focused on being a preacher, he's also committed to training others. This is smart because it means his influence will continue even beyond his own ministry. Now, let's talk about his personal life, because this is where things get really interesting. Prophet Joel Ogebe is married to Debbie, and they got married on August 19, 2023 in a private ceremony in Abuja. His wife, Debbie, is described as his ministry partner and support pillar. This suggests that she is not just a wife, but also actively involved in the ministry. In many successful religious organizations, the spouse plays a crucial role in operations and decision making. Here's something that many people notice when they see Prophet Joel Ogebe ministering. He often wears a prayer shawl during his services, but most people don't understand the deep spiritual meaning behind this practice, and this is actually one of the most beautiful aspects of his ministry approach. The prayer shawl, also called a talit in Hebrew, is a traditional garment with deep biblical roots. The talit is a Jewish prayer shawl with fringes on its 4 corners, symbolizing God's commandments, traditionally worn over the shoulders. But why would a Nigerian prophet choose to wear the ancient biblical garment? The answer shows us something beautiful about Prophet Joel Ogebe's heart for connecting with the biblical roots of Christianity. Often, Christians will purchase a prayer shawl while on a trip to the Holy Land or online markets. They are a reminder for us of what God did for his chosen people and what he did when he sent his son to die for us. For Prophet Joel Ogebe, wearing the prayer shawl during ministry is his way of honoring the Jewish heritage of the Christian faith. This shows us that Prophet Joel Ogebe is not just following a trend, is part of a movement of Christian leaders who are rediscovering the Hebrew roots of their faith. By wearing the prayer shawl, is making a statement about the continuity between the Old and New Testament and honoring the fact that Christianity grew out of Jewish traditions. Prophet Joel Ogebe's official Facebook page has over 269,000 followers, with more than 26,000 people actively engaging with his content. This is significant because it shows he has a massive online following. But here is what is interesting about his social media strategy. He uses it not just to preach, but to share prophecies, personal testimonies, and behind-the-scenes content from his ministry. This makes his followers feel like they have personal access to him, which builds loyalty and engagement. He's also active on Instagram and TikTok, which shows he understands that different platforms reach different audiences. On TikTok, he shares short teaching videos, while Instagram is more focused on inspirational content and ministry updates. This digital-first approach is something that separates him from many older religious leaders in Nigeria who are still focused mainly on physical church services. Now, let's talk about something that recently put Prophet Joel Ogebe in the spotlight. He made headlines when he allegedly returned a check from Pastor Paul Adefarasin of House on the Rock Church. Many people saw this as a principled stand that showed his commitment to his beliefs about how ministry should be conducted. This incident actually revealed something important about his character. He's willing to take stands based on his convictions, even when it might be easier to stay quiet. What do you think about his journey? Do you believe his success comes from divine blessing, dedication, or a combination of both? And what about his approach to ministry? Do you think his digital-first strategy is the future of religious leadership in Nigeria? This is RNN TV, where we go beyond the surface to bring you the stories that matter.